All right, so as usual, Unfiltered this evening, focusing on religion and whether South African churches should be fully regulated. For more of this, let's join Unfiltered anchor Aldrin St. Pierre. Aldrin, very good evening to you. Quite an important discussion in light of, a lot of sentiment that is being shared about certain churches in South Africa.
Yeah. And it's quite a contested space, right, when you think about the church, whether you speak about the church which is led by a presiding officer who is South African, or the church being led by a presiding officer who is of foreign descent. And of course this conversation stemming from the court case of Shepherd Bushiri, who has now been released on bail alongside his wife. But then the question also becomes around the regulation of these churches and how these churches should be regulated. Should there be a body that is established that can also look into the finances of the church and auditing the financial money, or rather the finances of the church, because that has been something that has been laxing. And then again, what about our immigration laws? And we will be in conversation with the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi. We'll also be joined by the CRL Commission Chairperson, Professor Musomo, who will be joining us for that conversation. And remember, back in 2015, they did an investigation. What has happened to some of those recommendations?
Just very quickly, Aldrin, we don't have much time. What is the role then of the South African Council of Churches in all of this?
Still, we have sent an invitation to the South African Council of Churches to be part of this conversation. They have not confirmed their availability to be part of the church. But the Council of Churches doesn't play a role as a regulatory body. It's almost like a consensus forum that is set up where all churches and those churches that want to sign up and be part of the South African Council of Churches. But the South African Council of Churches doesn't have any right whatsoever to declare one church unlawful and therefore say that this church should not be operating.
So I'm sure this evening you'll be asking if there's much more that should be done. Thank you very much indeed. Unfiltered anchor Aldrin St. Pierre coming up on the show, but later on here in the program. Let's move on.